My name's Susanna McNamara, and I am the Director of Curriculum Development at Bridges to Academic Success. So by New York State definition, SIFE are students with interrupted or inconsistent formal education, and these are newly arrived English language learners who, for various reasons, have had compromised schooling in their home country.
Please take your binders, everybody. Take a seat.
We use the term SIFE with developing literacy to refer to a subset of the larger SIFE population. So rather than just 2 years below grade level in home language literacy, SIFE with developing literacy have home language literacy levels at or below 3rd grade.
People live in the desert.
People live in the desert.
Well, what can you say?
So unlike the integrated ENL-ELA class, which really focuses mostly on language arts content, the standalone ENL class really targets those foundational reading and writing skills that are the absolute building blocks to higher levels of literacy.
Floor. Good job. Floor.
The standalone ENL class for SIFE with developing literacy is a center-based model where students are rotating through various centers.
My name is Katerina Haggerty. I'm a teacher of English as a new language and ELA here at Newtown High School, Queens, New York.
What did we learn in our centers yesterday? I want to hear.
So today, the students will be working in 4 centers. One is reading, one is writing, one is foundational literacy, and there is Center 1. The students need to know what they need to do at each center.
Students who will be working on word and sentence, I would like you to practice reading sight words with speed, rapido, right? With flashcards. And then show it to your partner, also fast. So please follow the protocol, organize your papers in your binders, work independently. In 20 minutes, we're going to rotate. All right, please take your seat, take your places at the centers.
In Center 1, I'm teaching my students inferencing today. So they read a book, and after that they have to do inferences based on what they've read and based on visuals that they see in the text.
Can you look through the book, through the pictures, and tell me, what do you think this book is going to be about?
Center 1 is the focus of all instruction. It's the one center that throughout the year where the teacher remains and is teaching daily groups, sometimes 2 groups a day, in a very close, intimate setting where students are grouped based on shared skills or strategies that they need to work on in order to move to the next level.
All right, so what do you think? What do you think the book is going to be about?
No water.
No water.
No tree.
No tree. I mean, what did you say? Very what? Very hot.
All good readers need to make inferences when they read.
So I see something in the book, right? And then I think about it and I make an inference. I read, deserts have lots of sun. They are hot. So I think, maybe it's very difficult to live in a desert because it's so hot.
So what instruction looks like is the teacher has selected a text that students are reading, and within that text, the teacher is modeling a specific skill and strategy. It could be a foundational skill like sight words or phonics. It could be a comprehension skill or strategy, and she is gradually releasing that to students.
Go in, come out. The cat goes in, the cat comes out.
Gross.
Gr, gr, right? I mean, for example, ground, right? Under the ground.
So my decision about Center 1 is usually based on my observations. As I walk around watching how the students are reading and how they're working, I determine what prevents them from moving to the next level. And second of all, I use the progress monitoring tool that helps me determine what their current level is.
Look at the pictures, look at the sentence, and then write an inference. I think. I would like you to use a structure like this. I think, because the picture shows, or because the text says, I would like you to make inferences. Who else needs water?
Animals need water.
And so how do they get water in a desert? From a...
Plants.
Yeah, so this is your inference. See, you came up... It's not here, but this is what you think, right, Jennifer?
And going into plants.
Show me the picture that you make inference about and tell me, what did you think?
I think this animal live in these plants, but have a what is it?
Sombra.
Sombra.
Shade.
Shade. But you need the shade.
You need a shade.
That's a lot, too much sun, but.
When we go to our reading center, we're going to do this. Yes. So we're going to read and make inferences. What was the book about?
The good desert.
Desert. Desert. Now, what do you remember? Hot?
Desert.
No, what?
People in desert.
People live in desert. What else?
After they have read the text, they created this mind map. And then they took this mind map and turned it into a paragraph.
We're going to write about our book. And I want to use some of my sight words. Is, some. So notice how I don't start each sentence from new line, right? I just continue like a paragraph, right?
So in essence, Center 1 was like a connection between all the three centers that are going on in class every day.
All right, guys, let's move. Let's put your papers in the binders, and we're moving to the reading center.
Reading stamina is one of the things that SCIF students need to learn. And there are several factors that help students develop stamina. First of all, having a great library. So the books that they're reading are very high interest books. They're not childish. They range from close to home topics, like soccer, or baseball, or something they could relate, to academic subjects.
My book is about world speed.
So these are high literacy books, great visual aids, and students love reading. They love looking at them.
We put ink in the cars to make they good. Nosotros así podemos ver los motores de los carros.
My book is about these cars. I like their cars is fast.
Igualito a tu boca. Señor, esta es la que tiene, ¿cómo se llama esta?
For students to truly be good readers, patient readers, you need to start with eyes on text for 3 minutes and then slowly increase it to 10 minutes. So they're practicing the habit of a good reader. So at the Writing Center, there are 3 writing tasks that I devised for my students. First, they have to write about the book that they've been reading. Using the mind maps that they've developed at the Reading Center, they use sight words that they practiced at the Foundational Literacy Center to create sentences about the book. I often provide sentence starters, like what I like about my book is, or one thing that I learned is. The second assignment is the students need to generate sentences based on the visual. So at first, the pictures are just descriptive. They just have to say what do they see, what are people doing, and so on. But as they become better writers and better readers, as their vocabulary increases, I select pictures that have some sort of plot around them, that there is a story that you could see. And then I prompt them to make a story.
¿Pero aquí no está?
Y sí, shoes. Y sí. No, es I see, ¿no?
Ahí sí está.
I see she.
No, pero ahí está bien. Dice lo que
Ya, pero tenemos que poner a complementarle, porque por eso está I see.
Ah, está bien, ahí sí. Sure, no.
Ya.
Todo.
Bueno, es para la otra que lo tenemos que hacer. Ya.
So Mohammed, what I want you to do is I want you to come up with ideas, things, actions, feelings, and thoughts, and then I want you to share your ideas with Zoila. All right? And maybe Zoila can give you some more ideas. And then we write. Yes?
So when they come to the center, the writing center, they often have a choice what they want to write on today.
The Foundational Skills Center is critical in the center's model. It's the place where students are practicing the nuts and bolts of the word level skills that they're really not getting in any other class in secondary school. So they're working specifically on two major types of word deciphering skills. One is sight words, where they're learning to look at a very high frequency word, the kinds of words that make up of the bulk of text we read.
Ver, niña. Boy, chico, chico.
And they're learning how to recognize those as whole units quickly. And the other way they're learning how to read words is through phonics. So they're learning how to identify and detect patterns in words.
I host. I confirm with my friend.
So the protocol for Foundational Literacy Center is usually laid out during the initial 20 startup lessons.
B es grande. B.
Sí, es grande. ¿Dónde va esta foto? Kite. Kite.
And every student has a different need. This program allows me to identify that and teach it explicitly to them through a small group instruction. Yeah. Yes, like always, como siempre. As I walk around, I can immediately pinpoint what prevents them from reading better, from increasing fluency, and from comprehending what they're reading.
Zoila, I checked your binder and you are doing very good. Your writing is really good.
During the conferencing, we often go over the requirements for each reading level, and I check their reading to determine have they moved forward.
Now, what I would like you to try doing in writing is instead of using I see.
This is very important in this class. The students need to know about how they're doing and what prevents them from doing better.
To move to the next level, you need to know most of these sight words. All right, so let's check. We're gonna read, right, together. Good. I like that you correct yourself. As you practice your sight words in your group, put a check mark next to the words that you already know, okay? Because our task is not only to read them fast, but also to know what they mean. All right? Good work, Zoila. All right, guys. So I just want to tell you guys you did an excellent job today. The students who worked with me at Center 1, excellent inferences. I liked how you used your language with each other.
Well, I was a little bit reticent about teaching inferencing to my first grade readers. I felt like they don't have enough language to really be able to make inferences based on the text. But it turned out that I was wrong. They had enough language and just thinking skills to be able to make excellent inferences. They made better inferences than I even anticipated. It was a lesson for me that you can't underestimate your students. They will always surprise you.